Is one more poem that I This is after Dennis Smith. I love that show Andor on Disney, okay? And I don't know if that makes me a hypocrite or anything because it's Disney, but I know what I saw and I loved it. Especially Cinta and Belle, the fearless rebel lovers. I would have given them more screen time though, probably an on-screen kiss. And I focus on that last scene. You remember where Cinta and Belle are hunkered down in barracks and stormtroopers are patrolling around for protesters and protecting the monuments? I would have given them some space coffee though, maybe in some of those metal cups you always see in sci-fi movies, but that's when Belle says, step away from that window. At that moment, Cinta realizes she's being too anxious, right? Like, does she really have to keep watching the same soldiers walk by over and over on Twitter? So she comes over, but for Val, though, she's not really thinking about that window. Val is thinking about the last few weeks that Cinta has been on her own in barracks. She's thinking about every time Cinta has looked her in the eyes and told her it's just a reconnaissance mission and she trusts her. But part of her worry is how much Cinta would let on if things started to get more dangerous, and one day the stormtroopers take her in. So Val would say, are you going out again? And Cinta would say, I have to. And Val would say, do you have to? And I wish I could write it so that the Empire doesn't last that long. Like maybe only 10 years. Like maybe the Empire pulls out of Space Saigon but doesn't saddle it with debt after, and then Cinta and Belle can revisit Aldhani to see the meteor shower together. The fingers interlocked. But the audience probably wouldn't find that realistic, I guess. So this is where Cinta would say the line, the struggle always comes first. We take what's left, except in my version, this is the first time that Cinta has ever said that, and they ring in Belle's ears like a thought she's always suspected but never could bring herself to say out loud, and they leap out of Cinta's mouth much more harshly than she could ever meant to say. So they cut to actress Varada Sifu to emote wordlessly to the camera to say, I'm sorry for each time I brought myself to the edge and forced you to stand there with me. For every time I said it was about the revolution, but really I was making it about me. And we'd hear a TIE fighter screech by overhead as if to remind them, regardless of what happens, there is still an empire, and we still need a resistance. But Belle, she's not backing down, so she says, are you dying for the rebellion, or are you just dying? And Cinta starts to speak, but Belle continues and says, sometimes, when people are grieving, they feel too guilty to ever allow themselves to feel happy again. If you let the Empire take this, what reason do we have to continue fighting? And in this one, the ISB is no longer hunting them. In this one, Cinta does not have PTSD. So she answers, you're my mirror, though. You show me what it means be a human again, and this is where they kiss, and she just says, can you stay with me here and hold me for a bit? And Val says, I like that.